Hi, I'm Rachel Maria Bell, and this video is about the upcoming transit Saturn in Pisces. So somewhere around the 7th or 8th of March 2023, the planet Saturn, which has been in Aquarius for rather a while, is moving into the sign of Pisces. What does this mean for us? Okay, I'm actually going to channel this in as well as using my astrological knowledge because it's going to affect all of us. So whenever a planet moves signs, it will affect everybody. Okay, and it also will have a very different effect depending on where Pisces is in your natal chart and the function of Saturn in your chart as well, and lots of other things. What aspects have you got coming out of any planets that you've got in Pisces? So if we feel into the energies of Saturn, it can be lots of different things. So Saturn wants us to make something manifest in the real world, in the mundane plane. So Saturn tries to get us to learn our lessons over time through patience and hard work. So Saturn is like the good dad that says, this is for your own benefit. So that kind of good shepherd, a leader that instigates your own self-leadership and own direction in life, and the ability to put down roots, the ability to stand on your own 2 feet and really sort out your own safety and security and understand life lessons through patience, time, and hard work. Now, we all get certain lessons in our life, and that will come in whatever quality Saturn is bringing into our life, in whatever format. So look to the house position and the sign position in your natal chart to see how Saturn works out for you. You can also look for clues to your Saturn return that takes place somewhere around the ages of 28 to 30. You can look at what happened at that time in your life for clues as to what did you just do? What were you compelled to do? A lot of people get engaged or get married or buy a house or complete a qualification and set a new career path up. So there will be something in the material world that says I'm putting down roots, and really interesting to see what those are and what format that comes in for you. Now, if we feel into the energy of Pisces, it's the 12th sign of the zodiac, and it's all about endings and about assessing everything that has gone in the previous 11 signs of the zodiac and all that we've learned through those evolutionary lessons, but it happens all at once. So this is why Pisces is like swimming in the sea of everything. It's the all of everything occurring all at once. So it's the collective conscience and consciousness, and it's everything. So Pisces is associated with the fish swimming in different directions, but it's like the beginning and the end and everything all at once, and assessing all of the lessons that came through previously. So when people say that, Pisces has like a stereotypical reputation of being a daydreamer and being ungrounded, well, you're going to be a daydreamer if you've got planets in Pisces, if you're bringing that energy through properly, because, daydreaming is nothing more than tapping into the subconscious realms. And of course, you have to do that because you're making these massive collective intuitive feelings and decisions and emoting all of that. So of course that's massive. Pisces energy just is really big, so you're going to have to be tapping into subconscious and unconscious realms, tapping into other people's subconscious and unconscious realms, assessing the energy of what is really going on, what are we bringing to completion, what's happening. Now when we tap into Pisces energy, it makes us connect with everybody, like the whole collective consciousness, everything in the quantum realms, everything in the quantum multiverse. It's my new favourite phrase. The quantum multiverse. I just love it. It makes me go, yay! And that's like a Pisces energy, to swim in the vast ocean of life and to see it all and be available to it all and open to it all and go, oh, I love the fact that we don't know everything that's out there. Great. Let me open even more. Let me be expansive. Let me swim in those vast oceans of amazing consciousness. Now, if that's Pisces energy, swimming in the collective sea of everything, and Saturn wants us to really learn our lessons and do our hard work and be patient and set foundations as the cornerstones of our lives, you can see that those energies are not entirely compatible. However, what I think will be really good is for all the people who have done a lot of awakening, healing, consciousness raising activities, etc., etc. You know, there is so much that is encompassed in that Pisces energy. Many of them will be getting to the place of saying, of asking themselves and of asking others, how do we bring this into the next stage of being? How do we physically create a new world from all of this stuff that we know? So we are no longer doing the unraveling, I mean, a lot of people will be, right? But, you know, there are many people who are no longer doing the unraveling, the unlearning, the deconditioning. They've done that. They feel like they've arrived somewhere where they've taken down all of those old structures. They get it. They no longer want to be there. They're just waiting for the whole rest of everything to collapse. You know, like the Tower card in tarot, it's like, oh yeah, the crumbling, the collapse, like let it happen. But what are we building in its stead? What are we replacing it with? What new structures are we building? What new society are we creating? What new foundations are we putting in our lives? We will be called into this. And how do we do it? How? You know, Saturn, remember, it's like good dad on your shoulder going, how are you going to do it though? What's the next step? What's the next grounded action you're going to take today? What's the action you're going to take this week? What are your goals for March to bring this into reality? Hold that bigger vision, but keep working your way upwards. Saturn is synonymous with Capricorn, like the mountain goat, puts one hoof in front of the other as it's climbing up the mountain. Yeah, steady away, steady does it. So holding that vision, all of that work you've done, all of that floating in this collective consciousness, it's all super, super valuable. But what are you going to physically do? What are you going to do to put one step in front of another? One foot in front of another, or hoof? However you like to imagine that. What does that look like for you? How are you going to bring that into grounded reality? And what might happen for you is you bring in elements of your own Saturn energy. So what did you do when you had your Saturn return, or when Saturn has been activated in your life? It might be that the sun crosses your Saturn, well, the sun will cross your Saturn on a particular day of the year every year. Look at when that crosses. Look at what happens in your life. What are you called into every, 15th of August in my case? But what are you called into? Are you aware of those cycles? Are you aware of how Saturn functions in your life? What do you do? What did you do when you had the Saturn return? I became a teacher. Literally, in the 4 days that Saturn was conjunct my Saturn, I became a teacher, a qualified teacher. So that's giving me clues as to how I ground in the material realm by teaching. Your chart will give you clues as to how you ground in the material realm. So what are you here to actually physically bring, and how are you going to do that? What's your style? Okay, I hope this is useful, and I am envisaging, that is the right word, right? I am envisaging that Saturn in Pisces will be a very grounding time. If you can harness the beneficial energies of Saturn, what lessons have you already learned? What do you have under your belt? What have you already achieved in the material realm? What are you good at? And it might be that you're really good at strategy. It might be you're good at planning. It might be you're good at setting smart goals and working towards them, cross them off, make them time bound. Saturn loves time. Saturn's the one with rings around it, yeah? So Saturn loves being bound by time. Yeah, it's like the timekeeper of the zodiac. Yeah. So Chronos time as measured by our watch and the ticking clock. Okay, because we do have a finite amount of time on this earth and in this body, and if there are things that you have brought through that you want to achieve, are you going to swim in the eternal sea of consciousness forever, or are you going to do something about bringing that into the material realm? Exciting possibility, hey? So thank you for watching this video. If you would like to connect with me for a reading, just have a look at the link in the description below. Please like and subscribe, because I don't create too much on YouTube, which I am going to start doing a little bit more, but any likes and subscribes and comments really do boost your ratings those tiny bit more. And also just to mention that I have a new private Facebook group called Spiritual Empowerment, for anyone who feels the call that they want to step up into a place of their own spiritual empowerment. I'm offering trainings, courses, and a place for people who are on that journey to join in the conversation, join in the energy, and to be held in a safe space. So I will put the link for that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing Saturn in Pisces transits and season, which is going to go on until 2025. So, you've got quite a lot of time to feel into this. But yeah, here's the heads up on it. Enjoy. Mwah!